Good evening and welcome to Uptown Bill's. Hey, it's Thursday night. It's time for Uptown Bill's Live. We do this every Thursday. We have a variety of performers, and tonight's list looks pretty good. Pretty good. We'll get to that in a moment. I'm going to say a word about Uptown Bill's first. Uptown Bill's is named for Bill Sachter, who's the person in the giant picture behind me with the beard. Bill came to Iowa City after spending most of his life in a state institution in Minnesota for people with disabilities. He came with Barry and Bev Morrow, and this is a lot smaller town than Minneapolis, and it was a far different time, so it was hard for Bill to find a job. What eventually emerged was a coffee shop, a small coffee shop named Wild Bill's Coffee Shop in North Hall on the university campus. And that's where Bill spent the last almost 10 years of his life. His friend Barry thought that Bill's life had really turned out well in those last few years. So he wrote a story about Bill's journey from being a little boy in Minneapolis to his years in the state institution to coming to Iowa City and the coffee shop. The story became a movie. And Mickey Rooney played Bill, and a young Dennis Quaid, he's the fellow with all the hair in the picture up on top, played Barry. That was followed by a sequel called Bill on His Own. Bill died shortly after the second film was finished, but the coffee shop stayed, and it's still there. We are the outgrowth, or the cousin, as we call ourselves, of the original coffee shop. We started in 2001, and that makes us 16 years old. Started in the summer of 2001. Besides the coffee shop, of course, there's the performance venue and the bookshop, and a variety of other things we've started, ended, spun off over the years. And we're always looking for new projects, always with an eye to finding work and volunteer opportunities for individuals with disabilities. I've been thinking a little this week about the weather. It's fall, pretty close. Those crickets, whoa. One night this week I was out, and it seemed to me the crickets were on one side of the street and the cicadas were on the other side. They were trying to see who could be louder. But as each night passes, there are a few more crickets and fewer cicadas. And this time of year, the change in the seasons, back to school, makes me a little bit nostalgic. So I wrote a little something I'd like to share with you. Slowly but persistently, autumn is pushing aside winter. Some birds have already packed up and left the Midwest for their winter homes elsewhere. I saw the first flocks flying south on August 15th. The fireflies are long gone and the cicadas are in their final days. Now it's the sound of the crickets we hear in the evenings. There's something about the approach of autumn which makes me nostalgic. This year the nostalgia struck late on a Saturday evening as I was sorting through a box of papers and pictures from long ago. I found a picture of Minnehaha Falls in Minneapolis and found myself thinking about trips to the falls over the years. That the falls are in Minneapolis, which was my hometown. I started missing places which are no longer there. I thought first of downtown Minneapolis and all the department stores which are gone. There was Dayton's, of course, and Donaldson's and Powers. All those local stores are gone. Gone too are the national chains like Woolworth's and Grant's. I spent many hours in Dayton's, from exploring the old bargain store in the basement to eating lunch up on the top floor in what was called the Oak Grill. And I remember they had a big wooden phone booth in the corner of the basement with the little light and the little tiny fan. What a great place to make a phone call. I thought too of all the old-fashioned downtown restaurants which have disappeared. Charlie's, Cheeks, the Flame Room, and I remember the Great Northern Market on Hennepin Avenue. What a grand market in such a very small space. I thought about the old Greyhound Depot, now the home of the First Avenue nightclub. One could go in the depot and dream of a trip to faraway places. New York, Los Angeles, San Francisco. all seemed equally exotic destinations on a fall evening. I thought of the Star and Tribune back when the two newspapers were printed right downtown. There, just off Portland Avenue, you could watch the trucks being loaded at night with newspapers headed for exotic places like South Dakota and even Montana. I dreamed of hopping on one of those trucks and riding along. Back then, you could walk right into the Star Tribune building and watch the giant presses which printed the two daily papers. You looked through the windows into the press room, hoping that someone would open the door so you could hear the roar of the presses too. Nearby, Old Dutch had its potato chip processing plant. You could watch a good part of the making of the chips through the windows at the front of the building. Cross the river via the 3rd Avenue Bridge and you were standing next to the Coca-Cola bottling plant. Many days the doors were open and you could peek in and watch Coke and other products being bottled. All those are gone now. Many closed, some moved away. Perhaps there is something we've gained from all of these changes, but at this moment, as autumn approaches, I can only think of what we've lost. Once again, school is beginning. There's that familiar rhythm, a part of each year which marks the shift from summer to fall. The weather someday still feels like summer, but the start of school is another reminder that autumn is approaching. I loved being at Wild Bill's coffee shop as school started at the University of Iowa. I was there from 2000 to 2005. Each day, new faces appeared in the coffee shop. Many were new students starting in the fall at the university. Most of the new people were going into the social work program. Some were working on a BA degree, undergrad, others on an MSW, grad, and still others on a PhD. Would that be ultragrad? Supergrad, okay. North Hall fills up with energy and enthusiasm as these new people arrive. There are returning students too, familiar faces coming back for another year. They stop in to tell stories of their summers. Some stayed right here, others have traveled far away. There are also people who drop by this time of year to reminisce. I remember one couple who stopped to visit their old school. They had graduated years before and wanted to see what it looks like today. North Hall was once the university's laboratory school, was a K-12 school. The couple identified the coffee shop as having been their kindergarten. I remember one fall when a woman came in to tell us a few stories about her years teaching in the university nursery school. She recalled Bill Sachter standing at the school's entrance in the mornings and greeting the children. It was a marvelous, moving story, so vivid that I could almost see Bill standing in the doorway. These days, I'm at Uptown Bill's. It's the crosstown cousin of the original Wild Bill's. It's in a neighborhood with a lot of history, though too much of it has been torn down in the last year to make way for new development. But that's a story for another night. Thank you. We're starting off this evening with Terry, who's coming up. And you're going to plug in tonight?
Gotcha.
All right, and they're probably going to use that fine stool?
That's right.
Okay.
Sit and sign.
It's way too organized here.
I know it. Thank you.
Just thought I was going to have to unravel it off the floor or something.
Right on. Oh, yeah. Now, this is what I'm talking about, huh? That sounds pretty good. That sounds pretty good, too. Yeah. It would. It would. I use the stool because I'm 55 years old. 3 points of contact. I learned that at work. Well, it's true. I made it to 55 years old because I learned stuff at work. Hi, my name is Terry, and this is my ghost band. Hey, don't judge them on just their appearance alone. Actually, they're really good musicians, okay? Just give them a chance. You betcha. Okay. too. I'm a chess player. Last month I went to Minnesota and played in the U.S. Seniors Open. Out of 105 participants over 50 years old, including a few grandmasters, and it was nice to see some women there also. Out of 105 participants, I finished 105th. That's pretty cool. Actually, it was Barry Morrill's college that he went to. And I didn't know that, but I could have been staying in the same dorm room as Barry Morrill. You know, he wrote The Rain Man, the screenplay. Yeah, it's kind of neat. Anyway, and so here I'm at Uptown Bill's, and he's hanging on the wall, so we're hanging out together, I guess. I don't know. Last week, the weather's been great, but last weekend, I also played in another chess tournament, the Iowa Championships, the state championships. I'm not that good. I just like chess a lot. And I played in a stronger division than what my rating is. But, you know, I figured I can hang with these guys. So I played in a stronger section and under 1,600. And out of 4 games, I came out with 2 draws against people that were actually rated higher than me. And basically, that's a victory. I drew 2 draws in that chess tournament. And out of 40 people in my category, my section, I started 36th and I finished 35th. That's pretty good. I'm kind of like Danica Patrick, you know? I'm kind of like, I start, and I might start in the same, end up in the same spot, or else I might gain a spot or 2. I don't know. I don't make fun of her. Actually, she's my favorite race car driver. I think that she's the best looking one of all the guys. And the women. I do. I really, I don't like NASCAR anyway. I hope that she goes into drag racing. Okay, I'm trying to waste some time up here. Anyway, no, I'm not wasting time up here. Yeah. Let's see, what do I want to do? Let's do it like this. I had a woman, Lord, she was good to me. I had a woman, she's real good company. She'd fix me breakfast. She made real good coffee. I had a woman, Lord, she was good to me. I had a woman, she's real good company. Bacon and eggs most mornings, a little bit of hash browns. Real good coffee. She's real good company. She buttered my toast in the morning with a little bit of jelly. She made real good coffee. And I had a woman, Lord, she was good to me. And I had a woman, she's real good company. And I had a woman, all right, all right. Thank you. I don't know whether that's a breakfast song or a coffee song, huh? I should take a vote. Who thinks it's a breakfast song, huh? Raise your hands. Coffee song? All right, it's a coffee song. Thanks. Appreciate that. Just think, you named that song. You can go home and tell your family and friends, I named that song. Yeah, it's called the coffee song. Yeah, that's right. I named it. This is the Ghost Band's favorite song. This is the Ghost Band Jam. That's it. Woohoo! Right on. I'll do one little quick one here. steps. I am waiting in my car. I am waiting by this bar. I am waiting for your essence. Baby, sweet baby. Kiss me hard. Make me wonder who's in charge. Baby, sweet baby. I wanna feel your breath. Even though you like to flirt with death, baby, sweet baby, can't get enough. Come on, find me and help me get messed up. I am waiting here for more. I am waiting by your door. I am waiting on your back steps. I am waiting in my car. I am waiting by this bar. I am waiting for your essence. Your essence. Thank you very much. I'm Terry, and this was the Ghost Band. Woohoo!
We'll take a minute for the Ghost Band to get off. And Emily's going to come up and give us your musings about pets. So she's here. And again, if you have not yet entered your name in the drawing, Deb over by the door has the basket, and you can add your name to win one of tonight's books.
Are there any more out there that I missed? Right, so I've been watching a lot of Animal Planet and that show where they follow the puppies from the time they're born till the time they get their new home. So the question of tonight is, what's your favorite breed of puppies and dog, and have you ever owned that type of dog? First we have a blue-nosed pit bull. I'm gonna have trouble pronouncing this one, but a Rhodesian Ridgeback, with an owner of that type of dog. Rhodesian. Perfect, thank you. English Bulldog, never owned one. A blue blood Alapu, or an American Bulldog. The owner of a Shar-Pei. Just puppies in general. That's always a good answer. We have someone who owned a Siberian Husky. Someone who likes Huskies, but they're too hairy. And we have an owner of a Golden Retriever in the house. So that was the answers for tonight. Thank you.
Well, I can only add one thing. Woof. Okay, Joe's got some poetry for us. This Joe, not that Joe. There are two Joes at the same table. He's got something the other Joe has something literary, but it's not poetry. All right, we'll find out more later. Okay. Do you want to stand or sit or lean on the stool?
I'll do stand. I got the stand's the right height anyway, so
Okay.
just move the stool out of the way. Won't need it. Okay. That's right. Let me see if I got the microphone just right. All right. Good. Oh. Hi. How's everyone tonight? So, my name's Joey Westlink. I moved here to Iowa City last October, and well, still finding myself. But anyway, I'm here tonight to read a poem I wrote myself, and if there's time, I am going to read a poem from this author, Glennis Green. So I'll start with mine. It's something I actually wrote about a couple hours ago. So it's very raw, very rough. I just thought I'd just make something, just play with it. So here we go. A girl approaches the fork in the road. Looks left, looks right. Oh, drat, which road do I take? Do I go left? Do I go right? Oh, which way do I take to get to Grandma's house? For you see, she is sick, and I have made some lemon cakes for her while she watches Nick at Night. Or was it HBO she was watching this time at night? I don't know, for I had my blue beats on when my mother gave me this task. I was just standing, minding my own business. She told me to do this. Of course, I tuned her out halfway through, especially the most critical part. When you get to the fork in the road, you something, blah, 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 blah. Are you even listening? As she grabs my headphones with a yank that snaps me back to reality. Not the 8-mile reality, of course, but I just nod, not to argue, and I take the basket of lemon cakes with me in a hurried skip. Mom shouts something at me, but I don't hear her, for the blue beats are back on my head again. And besides, why do I care? For I am young, for I'm an invincible superstar in my own mind. The girl with the blue beats at the fork in the road. She looks left again. She looks right again. Sad thing is, both paths are identical. Makes the decision much harder. For they have trees that span onward for what appears miles on end, almost like looking at an optical illusion. And these trees, they're waving their arms in the air like they just don't care. Both paths lack color, as these once mighty trees are now barren, for their leaves are now on the ground. And the only sign of life that I can see in the heart of this forest is the sound of a great horned owl. Screech, screech. Its screech piercing through the dark void coming from these woods. A dark void, mind you, that has an ominous hold on these woods and on my heart at the same time. Oh, Grandma, why did you choose to live in such a foreboding place? A place that looks so dreary, a place that doesn't look inviting. You always said the woods was a magical place, but this isn't looking like that fairy tale forest you told me about when I was a wee girl. Oh, which path do I take? I look left again. I look right again. Which path? Oh, which path? I ponder this as the wind tugs on my red hoodie, or was that the wind? I turn to look, and I see just the darkness behind me, and an old statue, made of stone, fallen, time forgotten. It is so old that vines are still growing through the base. I know there's also a monster on one of these paths, but which one? And what is this monster per se? My friend told me it was a bear with a hat that would, I don't know if this was the bear that would swipe picnic baskets, or a not friendly bear that would stuff you in some place you would never be seen again. But of course, I originally thought it was a wolf, an angry gray wolf that has a strange affinity for dressing in women's clothing. Then again, animals with human features usually do. A certain rabbit used to do that long ago. Or could it be a scary clown that has a very sick obsession with red balloons and something about floating? Or was it that skeleton man that my mom told me about? The one that takes girls and boys in the middle of the night to do who knows what. Oh, I don't know. I feel my forehead become moist as panic grabs my chest. For which way do I go? Why couldn't Grandma set a sign saying where her house was? I should go back home, but no, I can't, because Mom will scold me for not giving Grandma those lemon cakes she so much desires. Oh, screw it. I'll go one way quietly, try not to wake the monster, whatever it may be, and turn around if I chose poorly. I take one step, and a blue hooded girl with red speakers on her head approaches the road with a fork in it. After passing the bronze fallen statue. Wait, wasn't it stone just a moment ago? She cradles the raspberry cakes in the basket. Wait, weren't they lemon? Which path do I take? Thank you. Let's see. I think I got enough time for one more. Yeah. I have time for one more. This is from Glennis Green. She was here a couple of weeks ago at the Soul Festival. She's a writer and poet. Her material is online. I don't have that on me at this very minute, so I will read this one story. Worst secret. We were both as youthful as the wooden playground that engulfed us, though he much older than I, holding hands, my body slouched next to his. The summer leaves rustle about. His soul was just as gentle and cool as the breeze that hugged my arms and legs. You're beautiful. I guess, okay, I made that sound too creepy, but I apologize. It's tough to whisper when you get the mic right up to you. It really is. He whispered as he stroked my leg. Now I made this more awkward. Though an unanticipated silence, there was never a dull moment between us. How many wooden places do you think it took to make this playground, I ask? 359. Ah, so definitive. How can you be so sure? I said, laughing. Well, it's not hard to figure out when the masterpiece is right in front of you. He smiled. I smiled back. I'm going to say it took about 7 trees to make this thing. He burst into laughter. Why 7? It's the number of completion. It was no coincidence that it was Sunday. What? Don't act like you weren't raised in the church. No, I was. 4-hour services, chicken dinners, and everything. We both laughed. Our conversations were always familiar territory. I don't think any church service should ever be that long, unless it's a wedding or something big, I said. Yeah, I don't want my wedding to be that long. And this is him talking. My eyes lit up. Oh, yeah. And just how long do you want it to be? My tone reduced to a sweet voice, somehow unfamiliar to myself. Well, it's going to be about 2.5 hours. Tops. I'm not paying for a minute longer. Now we know that's him talking. He looked down and smiled at me. I rolled my head onto the contour of his neck. Well, it seemed like you got it all figured out. I thought only little girls fantasized about their weddings. I teased and pulled back to see just how serious he was. Stereotype, he said. That happens to be true. We laughed. I playfully pushed him. Seriously, I've given it some thought. It's not a fantasy, he said. Oh? My heart started racing. Excitement bubbled up in my stomach. Palms began to get moist beneath the wing of the wind. My fingers tingled. He grabbed both my hands as he gently pulled me in to face him. I can't get married now, I thought to myself. Ooh, what's happening here? I love him. He's so amazing, but I just graduated high school. What about college? He's already gone to college. My wild oats have not been sown. Are you still there, he said, softly poking fun to get my attention. I snapped out of my daydream. Yeah, sorry. What were you saying? I'm getting married. My eyes grew wide. I think I may have stopped breathing. My voice shaken as I struggled to catch my breath. I said, And on day 7 of the 7th day of the month, in the 7th month of the year, whatever imagined love affair I thought we were having had suddenly come to an end. Yeah, it doesn't end well. Just tragic. So thank you. Have a good night and tip the waitress. So.
Thank you. Well, there goes the fairy tale. We got 2 fractured fairy tales there, as Jay Ward would say. So it reminded me, the first one reminded me, I once worked on a urban version of Red Riding Hood. It was called Red, period, Riding Through the Hood. And Red had a little red car, and the wolf had a motorcycle. And we were able to have them chase each other around the stage with cardboard cutout of their vehicles. You know, they'd be running across the stage. Well, you had to be there, I guess. Okay, we've got Josh next here. Come on up and let's get you settled. Would you like to stand or sit, kneel?
I can dance while I sit.
Sure, you got your tap shoes on? He's got this iPad with these eyes that are on the home page and they're staring at you. It's eerie.
Watching you sleep, Tom. I plug into.
Yep.
All right, so this is a song that was originally done by a bluegrass band called Old Crow Medicine Show, and then it was redone by, I think his name is like Darius Rucker or something, some guy from Hootie and the Blowfish. Yeah, the song is called Wagon Wheel. Headed down south through the land of the pine, I'm a thumb my way to North Carolina. Staring at the road and I pray to God I see headlights. I made it down the coast in 17 hours just to picking me a bouquet dogwood flowers. Well, I'm hoping for Raleigh I could see my baby tonight. So rock me and mama like a white gun will rock. Me and mama the way you feel, hey, hey, hey. Mama rock me and mama like a wind and the rain rock. Me and mama like a southbound train, hey, hey. Mama rock me. Running from the cold up in New England, I was born to be a fiddler in an old town string band. My baby plays the guitar, I pick a banjo now. North country winners keep me, get me lost all my money playing poker, so I had to believe, but I ain't a turning back to live that old life no more. So rock me and mama like a white gun will rock. Me and mama any way you feel, hey, hey. Mama rock me and mama like a wind and the rain rock. Me and mama like a southbound train, hey, hey, hey. Mama rock me. Well, welcome to the south out of Roanoke. I caught a trucker out of Philly, we had a nice long talk. But he's headed west from the Cumberland Gap to Johnson City, Tennessee, and I gotta get him move on, baby, for the sun. I hear my baby call my name, and I know that she's the only one, and if I die in Raleigh, at least I will die free. So rock me and mama like a white gun will rock. Me and mama any way you feel, hey, hey. Mama rock me. Rock me and mama like a wind and the rain rock. Me and mama like a southbound train, hey, hey. Mama rock me. There you go. All right. So this next song was actually written by some guy I never heard of before. His name is like Bab Mobley, like Bob. I don't know. But you'll recognize the songs. So I'm gonna do a mesh of 2 songs. They're both really, really short songs though. No one dry your tears on top of this doorstep. Yeah. I said, little sister, don't shed no tears, because no woman, no cry. Oh, pirates, yes, there are pirates, sold on to the merchant ships. Minutes after they're to find from the bottomless pit. But my hand was made strong by the hands of the Almighty. We fought into this generation triumphantly. Won't you help to sing these songs of freedom? Was all I ever heard. Redemption song, redemption song. Emancipate yourselves from mental slavery. None but ourselves can free our minds. Have no fear for atomic energy, 'cause none of them can stop at the time. How long shall they kill our prophets while we stand aside and look? Ooh, some say it's just a part of it. We've got to fulfill the book. Won't you help to sing these songs of freedom? Was all I ever heard. Redemption songs, redemption songs. These songs of freedom was all I ever heard. Redemption songs. Thank you. All right, so this next song was actually written and recorded by my ex-fiance. You might have heard of her. Her name is Taylor Swift. He gets it. All right. Anyway, I learned the song as a joke. You didn't swat her on the butt, did you? I don't want to talk about it. So I learned the song as a joke, but I've been kind of getting into it lately. I stay out too late, got nothing in my brain. These that's what people say. That's what people say. I go on too many dates, but I gonna make them stay. And that's what they people say. That's what people say. But I keep cruising. Can't stop, won't stop moving. It's like I got this music in my mind saying it's gonna be alright. 'Cause the players wanna play, 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 play. And the haters gonna hate, 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 hate. Well, I'm just gonna shake, 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 shake. Shake it off, shake it off. Oh, heartbreak is gonna break, 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 break. The fake is gonna fake, 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 fake. But I'm just gonna shake, 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 shake. Shake it off, shake it off. Oh, I never miss a beat. And I'm landing on my feet. These that's what they don't see. That's what they don't see. I'm dancing on my own, making moves up as I go. And that's what they don't know. That's what they don't know. But I keep cruising, can't stop, won't stop grooving. It's like I got this music in my mind saying it's gonna be alright. 'Cause the player's gonna play, 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 play. And the haters gonna hate, 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 hate. Well, I'm just gonna shake, 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 shake. Shake it off, shake it off. Oh, heartbreak is gonna break, 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 break. The fake is gonna fake, 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 fake. Well, I'm just gonna shake, 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 shake. Shake it off, shake it off. Oh, shake it off. Yeah, 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 shake it off. Oh, just shake it off. Hey, hey. hey, just think what you've been getting down and dirty and out with all them liars and them dirty cheers on the world. Could have been getting down to this sick beat. Well, my ex-man brought his new girlfriend. She's like, oh my God, I'm just gonna shake it. To the fellas over there with the hella good hair, which come on now over here now, baby, and shake, shake, shake. Yeah, players gonna play, 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 play. Haters gonna hate, 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 hate. And I'm just gonna shake, 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 shake. Shake it off, shake it off. Oh, heartbreak is gonna break, 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 break. The fake is gonna fake, 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 fake. And I'm just gonna shake, 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 shake. Shake it off, oh, shake it off. Shake it off. Oh, now shake it off. Shake it off. Oh, shake it off. Yeah, 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 shake it off. Oh, shake it off. Yeah. My ex-fiance, so. Don't thank me. Thank my ex-fiance for writing the song. Am I good on pun?
Thank you. Let's have our drawing. Maybe, Maya, would you be willing to retrieve the basket from Deb? And then Bryson will be next. Got fans.
Yeah. I don't know them.
They-
Okay, so the first book we're giving away is a copy of The Adventures of Tom Sawyer, a much nicer one than I have at home. So, and that one goes to Oscar Garcia. And the other one is The Mystery of Time, which sounds exciting, and it goes to Michael Getz.
All right, thank you. The Tom Sawyer one, I used to teach high school and junior high, and when I would assign that book, I always said that was the first book that where the main characters are, the story's told from the young people's perspective. Because before that, it was always adults, and the kids were sort of like decorations or something like that. And also in dialect, until that time, language in American literature was pretty formal. And Mark Twain broke that mold. So let's see, Bryson is next. And while you're coming up, I want to say to our TV audience, they're going to go away in a few minutes during your set. So we'll say goodnight to them, and hope to see you again next week. So come on up. Well, they'll see some of you, but at some point the show will end. What would you like to do? Would you like to stand or sit?
I think I'll use this. I don't know.
You want to use the stool? Okay, all right.
Yeah!
Whoa. and you get to sign it then
Right, okay.
after.
I don't know. So then someday you can sell this for a lot of money.
Yeah, because your name is on there.
There we go.
Right.
There we
Okay.
There you go. Yeah.
Then we need something for your guitar.
Here, maybe we can do it.
No? The TV people say no.
Satan. No, I'm just kidding. There we go. This might work.
Okay, sound in there. Hang on.
Buckle up. we're going for a ride. So, I'm just gonna start this off with a little riff, you know? Huh? I do not. I'm a lone wolf. I'm not good enough to travel with a band. But my name is Bryston. I'm gonna start off with just a little riff. So I have no real talent at all. I've got a good personality and good looks, and that's about as far as life will take me. But I'm gonna start off with a song by Alice in Chains. I've I just play my own version, but misery's so hollow. Hey, you living life full throttle. Hey, you pass me down that bottle. Shake me round now. It hurts to think, and I know now. Lost my woman, lost my friend. Things I've done and where I've been. I forgot the words to this song, and now I look like a fool. On TV, I'm a huge tool. Take me home. Oh, yeah. Take me home. Oh, yeah.